Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am going to be doing a updated video on all of my tattoos. So if you would like to see them and kind of like their meaning and why I got them, then just keep watching. Just a disclaimer, I paid for everything except for one. One of them, my mom, for Christmas, got each of us, me and my two brothers, gift cards to get a tattoo. So one of them she paid for. All of the rest of them, the 8 of them that are left, I paid for. Okay, so I am breaking this up into 3 categories: back, arms, and ankles. So okay, so as you saw, the first picture is of it looks like 3 circles in a triangular form. So if you're a Coheed and Cambria fan, which I am a die-hard Coheed and Cambria fan, then you know that that is a symbol called the keyword. It is 7 of the 12 planets lined in a triangular form. It's their most tattooed symbol that they have. My brothers and I each have one. We have different variations. Underneath it, it has 1, 2, 3, and 4 in Roman numeral, as well as lyrics from my favorite song, A Favorite House Atlantic. It is Your Eyes Tell the Stories. That, for somebody who doesn't know what that is, could mean anything. I loved the symbol. My brothers were getting it, so that's why I got it. Now, the next one that I have ties into the first one to an extent. So you saw in the picture it has a heart in an off-centered box, and then above it says LA Never Ender, and then below it says 08. So how this ties in with the first one is, before Coheed and Cambria took on the name Coheed and Cambria, they were known as Shibuti. I think they had a different drummer, and he left, so they needed to get 2 more people, and they loved the lead singer Claudio's side project, which was Coheed and Cambria. They took that on, but they released a LP under the name Shibuti, and the reason it says LA Never Ender 08 is back in 2008, obviously, they started advertising Never Ender coming soon. And it was to 2 cities. It was to New York and to LA. They then released what it was. They were calling it Never Ender. It was a 4-night concert out in LA. Well, obviously New York and LA. And then they added 2 cities, Chicago and London, I believe. Yeah. But so my brothers and I got tickets to LA Never Ender, and while we were out there, we met 2 girls who, when you've been going to these concerts as often as we have, you start recognizing people from from those concerts. And we were sitting out there night one, and they came up to us and they're like, "You guys are from Colorado, right?" Which is where I'm from. And we said, "Yeah." And they said, "Yeah, so are we." So we just kind of started hanging out with them. And I think it was night 2 or night 3 that we were talking about the next Coheed tattoo. And I said, "Well, it's not technically Coheed, but I wanted the Shibuti heart, which is the heart that's in the off-center box." And my brother's like, "Yeah, it's kind of girly, but so do I." So a week after night 4, the 4 of us, or 5 of us, I should say, us 3, and then the 2 girls, all went out, and at the same time, same place, we, called each other up and said, "Hey, let's do this." We got together, we told them where the place that we go to, they came down, and we all went and got 4 different variations of the Shibuti heart. So that's where tattoo number 2 comes from. Okay, so tattoo number 3, if you read Spanish and you're able to understand what this says, if you do not, it's ama a su familia. In English, it means, it's a fancier way of saying love your family. So my family is Mexican, is Hispanic. My dad's parents came from Mexico. My Aunt Ruth and my Uncle Huey, which are the oldest of the 2, unfortunately they both have since passed on. They actually immigrated from Mexico with my grandparents, or great-great-grandparents. No. I'm confused. We don't use those terms. I've been raised, a lot of Hispanic households are raised, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles. It's not, we don't use great aunt, great uncle, great-great-grand, But so I wanted something to represent, my heritage, where I'm from. And so my grandma, who is bilingual in Spanish, I sat down with her one day and said, "This is what I want. Can you help me?" And she wrote it out. It's not in her handwriting, but because I know that she can speak it, I know that it's what it actually says. On that last tattoo, no hate, please, because it is part of who I am. It is my heritage. Okay, so for tattoo 4 that is on my back, I was really into theater. I was really into performing. When I was in high school, I actually lettered in choir my freshman year. So I've always wanted the happy, sad theatrical masks, and I finally just got them to get them. It was always a passion of mine. I've always loved performing, and so that's why I got those. Okay, so for part 2, it's going to be my arms. Okay, so on my left arm, which is the picture you just saw, I have the 3 Chinese, I think they're, I'm not really sure what the word for them is, characters, something like that. But they mean love, life. I say it's peace. Some people say it's harmony. But it's basically the same thing. I've always loved, I watched a documentary on how when they're painting them, how they take their time when they're doing it is so peaceful, and I love it. So that's what those are. Okay, so on my right arm, you saw the butterfly. I've always had like a fascination with butterflies. I like the bright colors and just something I really liked. So that's where that one came from. That really is the only one that I have that has color. There's a little bit in the masks and the heart, but that's nothing compared to the butterfly. Okay, so part 3 is the ankles. So yeah. Okay, so the tattoo that you just saw is on my left ankle, and it is a cancer ribbon. And the story behind that was I started looking into it and started doing some research, and I knew I wanted a cancer ribbon. I just didn't know what color. And so I started doing research, and I learned that a color could be used in multiple ribbons. The one that I have is a lavender ribbon, and it has multiples, but it also can be not associated with any one cancer. And so that's actually why I'm using it, because the 4 names that are underneath it, they have 4 different cancers, or so we think. There's Rita, Grandpa, Steve. Rita, and Steve are my dad's side of the family. One had breast cancer, one had lung cancer, and one had throat and neck cancer. Rita and Steve won their battles. Unfortunately, my Rita lost his battle with lung cancer. And then Grandpa, we don't know what he had. He didn't want them to tell us what he had. We just knew that it was a cancer. But he too lost his battle with cancer. Okay, so the first tattoo on the right leg that you saw is obviously, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you know it's the Deathly Hallows. I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd. I love Harry Potter. I've actually told my mom that my right leg is pretty much going to be all Harry Potter tattoos. But, I loved the symbol. I loved, the simplicity of it. So that's why I got the Deathly Hallows symbol. Alright, so the next one you saw was the Dumbledore's Army symbol. that was my first Harry Potter tattoo. And when I was getting that, or when I was planning on getting that, my mom was like, nobody in 10 years is going to know who that is. And I said, not true. I said, any true die-hard Harry Potter fan is going to know in 10 years who Dumbledore is, because he's such a pivotal character. And when I was looking at it, I was thinking, you know, they've got the Dark Mark for the evil, the Death Eaters, and so we've got the Dark Mark, and then we've got the Dumbledore's army symbol. Me personally, I would not get a Dark Mark, but that's just me. I'm not a dark wizard. I'm, dark versus light. And so that's why I got the Dumbledore's army symbol. So that concludes all 9 of my tattoos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you Friday for a very special video. Bye, guys.